My fellow citizens and residents, on the 24th of March 2020, we were all in shock at the news of the first two imported cases of COVID-19 into our Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. As the Prime Minister and leader of this country, for me it was a call to action, and I sought to calm the nation, knowing that we had done all the necessary preparedness for this eventuality. Over the last 11 months, our country has outperformed many first world countries with respect to the management of the COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, we were able to keep the virus at bay for an extended period, and we were the last country among independent states in the OECS, CARICOM, and the wider Western Hemisphere to have the virus cross its borders. We kept science always at the core of every decision we made and were not swayed by the detractors. Our strategy had as its main principle saving the lives of our people. It was a life-first strategy. We had a well-planned but simple four-pronged approach to the management of the virus, and we assess our progress and successes at every stage. The main elements of our strategy were and are: 1. To keep the virus at bay for as long as possible, with very stringent screening protocols at our ports of entry. We were successful at this, being one of the last places to have its first imported case. Secondly, after the virus arrived, our aim was to limit hospitalizations and deaths and avoid community spread. We were again successful at achieving this, as to date, we are one of the few nations in the world to have had 0 deaths and no major hospitalizations as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our success in managing this pandemic has caused us to be recognized internationally as the country with the lowest rate of confirmed cases and having the lowest COVID-19 risk in the hemisphere. The third element of our strategy was to limit the time between the development of community spread and the arrival of a vaccine, while at the same time keeping you safe by a prescription of non-pharmaceutical measures such as social and physical distancing, hand sanitizing, and wearing of masks that we have emphasized repeatedly through our public education program. We were successful in achieving this, as our first batch of vaccines has arrived in the Federation and will soon be in the arms of our frontline workers and other priority groups as determined by our healthcare professionals. We, however, do not have the community spread that all experts have said would be inevitable over time, as long as the virus was still circulating. For this, we must give God thanks. The fourth element of our strategy relates to vaccination. While the COVAX facility, to which we are signatory, ensures vaccination of 20% of the population, my government plans to source vaccines through other avenues to have more than 70% of our population immunized against this virus, thereby achieving herd immunity. I am certain that we will be successful in running this last leg of the race against COVID-19 and see our nation return to some sense of normalcy in the near future and the return of more economic activity. we have been successful so far to strike that delicate balance between saving lives and preserving livelihoods. We are now pivoting to getting everyone back to work, but this must be done in a careful and safe manner. Many of you have paid a great price through loss of jobs and decreased income, but I assure you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. We have reached too far to give up now. I urge you to continue the fight. Have faith. Let us finish this race. With our all of society approach, we will do this together as one nation. This is not the time for complacency, nor the time to succumb to COVID-19 fatigue. We started this fight together, and we must finish together. We will build back St. Kitts and Nevis together, stronger and better. My government will continue to support the COVID-19 National Task Force and our capable team of healthcare professionals as we move forward with our country's plan in managing this pandemic. Our security forces will remain ever vigilant in ensuring that the highest standards of compliance with COVID-19 protocols are maintained. Currently, the COVID-19 National Task Force is reviewing its activities over the last 11 months. The review includes issues related to quarantine and compliance with protocols. It also includes compliance reviews of all facilities serving the general public. We intend to stem any breaches in our system and continue to keep you safe. You too have the responsibility to protect yourself and your loved ones while we continue to protect you. I am pleased to announce that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis received 2,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccine this week, courtesy of the government of Dominica. We also received confirmation from the director of the COVAX office that the Federation is set to receive 21,600 doses of vaccine by the end of this month. Additionally, the Republic of China, Taiwan, has pledged $600,000 to procure extra vaccines. Further assistance in the form of vaccine donations is also expected from the Government of India and other allies. These additional donations from multiple sources will enhance our ability to roll out our mass vaccination program. Our health professionals have worked to establish a vaccination plan to immunize not only our frontline and essential workers, but every citizen and resident in due course. I encourage all to think seriously about their health and the important contribution vaccines can play in preserving our health and wellness. We have handled this pandemic with well-structured plans using our carefully implemented Life First strategy. I am pleased to report that we have realized comparatively good outcomes. I want to take this opportunity to thank the citizens and residents of our beautiful Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis for embracing our all-of-society approach and for your cooperation and compliance in this fight against COVID-19. I need you now to continue being vigilant. Please do not drop your guard. We all should continue to exercise caution in what we do and how we behave if we are to successfully finish the fight. We must remain focused and disciplined and fully adhere to the protocols outlined by our health professionals. May God's grace and mercy continue to favor our people and country. As your Prime Minister, I am committed to do all in my power to keep our people safe, to save lives, and to put our economy on track to deliver the stronger and safer future for all. May God bless St. Kitts and Nevis. I thank you.